Hi guys, this is Suzanne Wachtel, Living Your Best Life. Back again to talk about something that I think is very important. Magical thinking. What is magical thinking? Why do people have magical thinking? And what's considered reality, fantasy, denial, or magical thinking? So in my personal life, I usually refer to it as turning lemons into lemonade, which means when confronted or faced with a difficult or challenging situation, could be family, could be work, could be friends, could be financial, could be health, could be anything, I try to find the silver lining. I try to help my patients and friends find the silver lining, which means like the lesson to learn through the hard time you're going through, and how to think of things in a more positive, enlightening way rather than poor me, I'm a victim, this sucks, why me, blah, blah, blah. And I have to say, in my life, my whole life, since I'm a really little girl, magical thinking has been my magic, has been my way to survive. Oh my goodness, so many challenging things that I've encountered. So magical thinking is really, I would say, if I had to give a synonym for magical thinking, I would say hope. Hope, meaning putting like your magic thoughts on a situation and turning them into something hopeful and positive. Like imagining, let's say that you are struggling with your job and you can't find a job. Okay, so my magical thinking, maybe it's also spiritual thinking, my magical thinking on that would be, well, maybe there's something I'm meant to do. Maybe I'm meant to have this free time to really think about what I want to do, what I would love to do, and not become desperate. I need the money, I'll have to pay the bills, which is a fact. But the magical thinking can encourage me to become more creative and more open-minded to the possibilities, and maybe start a business, or maybe be more creative, or maybe look at things that I wouldn't normally think of. So that's one example of magical thinking. When I work with death and grief, which is a part of all of our lives, I love magical thinking because, let's face it, none of us really know what happens after a person dies or a pet dies. So to me, magical thinking is making up a wonderful, comforting story that makes you feel optimistic and good, and that you haven't really lost your loved one, except maybe physically, and perhaps their energy, perhaps, they're with you every day, perhaps they're going to, save you from a negative encounter, perhaps they're going to bring something positive into your life. So that would be a bit of magical thinking. Let's say a relationship ends and everyone's scared. Oh, I'll never meet anyone again. This is terrible. I'm so angry. I'm so hurt, etc. Or, okay, endings are tough. The magical thinking would be, perhaps a prince or princess are coming. I'm only kidding. But perhaps this door has shut only to reveal what's not good for me and what I do need in my life in the future, thus making me more aware and inspired to go forward and know that maybe not right now, but when the right person comes along, it will just happen and click. I have seen people's lives change in a day, where they meet someone, or they get an opportunity, or somebody, they get a phone call, or they get an inheritance, or they get a dream job, or someone invites them somewhere, and boom, their bad luck has changed. This is why I always say when people are in a funk, please, let's just think about what to be grateful for today, because your life can change tomorrow for the better. And often when we think magically, when we think positive, when we think with hope, and perhaps something wonderful may happen, We are manifesting. We are magically creating this vision of a fantasy, which it has to start with imagination. And then only then it be translated into something real that you may be attracting. So magic think all day, please. I encourage it. I teach people how to do it. And I encourage you that whatever you're going through, sprinkle a little bit of magical thinking on it and dream about what are the possibilities. What is the magic that could happen to you and your life if you just think more positively, with more hope and magic, and dreaming like we do as children that one day something wonderful is going to happen to us. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.